here we go. Let's go. This is Oops, All Frogs Seed, where we have Song Sanity turned on and Ocarina shuffled. We have one Triforce piece we have to get to complete the seed, and it is on Frogs 2. What that means is we have to find our Ocarina and all of the child songs, which if you don't know which those are all the top row songs on the tracker. We have to play all of those songs to the frogs to get our Triforce piece. Let's go. Oh, well, that was easy. Wait, it's a protest about tailgating getting canceled? My beer time. Oh no, so we are on the wrong side. Oh, I should have known considering we were on the frat boy side, but... And the head sober bro thing makes sense. Now that adds up, that there's a head sober bro for this. Come on, are you kidding me? I never F this up. So tailgating is basically like before a sports event. People will kind of like sit outside in the parking lot with their trucks and stuff and get drunk. It's usually just like drinking a bunch of beer before the game. I've never gone tailgating, so like that's at least what I think it is. Oh, I waited too long. Oh, fuck. Oh, no, yeah, not like tailgating, like driving. No. It's literally like a sporting thing where you just like, you kind of like pre-game outside of the stadium usually. Yeah, not like drive, yeah. Listen, Sky. Sometimes you have to say fuck. You know how it is. Well, we did get an ocarina there, so that makes sense. Oh, that's why it's called a tailgate? Thank you, 5 again, for enlightening me. I actually didn't know that. Hey! Yeah, Okay, first of all, Sky, I am a very, this might not know this about me, but I'm a very serious Uno player, okay? I used to run a table in high school during lunch. I would run a... I'm not even kidding. I haven't played in a long time, but I used to run a table at lunchtime back in high school. It was pretty spicy. Other than that, I'm still down to maybe learn Forbidden Memories because it's got good bops. I used to play a lot of Hearthstone, and then that went to kind of down the toilet. Would I play Magic the Gathering? Probably not. I don't have the time and stuff to invest into, yeah. I probably would like Magic the Gathering because I loved Hearthstone and I feel like they're similar to a degree. But, it's a lot. It's a lot to try to, like, get all the cards and then money and blah, 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 like, it's a whole thing. Yeah, I used to do, I've talked about this before, I used to do competitive Hearthstone, just like local tournaments. And I placed really well. I would consistently place between 3rd and 1st. Like, but like I wasn't bad at it. But I got tired of people being sexist. It was very often people be like, oh, you're gonna let yourself get beat by a girl? A girl beat you. And it got to the point where I just like, I stopped going because I couldn't deal with listening to that all the time. We're getting a lot of spicy items right away. Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, the amount of mansplaining, I can't. And that's here's the thing is like, I get mansplained as it is, being like in the gaming sphere. I definitely try to actively avoid stuff where there's a large amount of that going around. And it sounds like man of the Gathering. Magic is very much like that. Yes, yes, you may post that link. Yes. Man the Gathering. What is that? Wait, is that just a... What is that? Why does that look so weird? Is that a big Goron sword? What is that? That's gotta be a big Goron sword, yeah? A bow, maybe? It could be a bow. Oh? Oh my god, dude. Well, a bow doesn't show up as a quiver until you have one bow. Like, your first bow is gonna look like a bow, and then the following ones will look like quivers. So, it can't be a quiver for that reason. I don't have a bow yet. Because I don't think I do. Maybe that was my free item, was a bow, and I just didn't know. I'll have to check my inventory real quick. A bug catching net, but I'm in the wrong Zelda. Yeah. Yo, 1313E! Congrats on the house! That's so exciting. I'm so glad. Oh, I know that would have been very stressful. Yes. Big congrats on that. Alright. Okay, I have no bow. Excuse me. Alright. We're gonna head child right now. I can't do much with just a hook shot. Need a little more tools first. Yeah, I am hoping spring 2023 Spike and I can start looking at buying a house. I don't know. The idea of it just sounds so stressful. I want to buy a house. We are very ready to be in a house, but I don't know. I'm already worried about trying to get a mortgage with both of us being full-time streamers too. I don't know how that's gonna work. That's honestly my biggest concern, is the whole getting a mortgage as two full-time streamers. We also have Kokiri Sword, so we should head to Deku Tree. Alright, I think I'm done with my pancakes. Full. Mind getting that right away. Oh, fuck. Why is getting a home so stressful? That's part of the reason why I haven't really started looking for a house either. The idea of ever getting a house just seems like out of reach. That's stinky. I almost feel like Spike and I are gonna be stuck in this apartment for an outrageous amount of time. I don't know. It's like starting to feel that way at least. And we just like have outgrown it. Hey mods. I don't know if I even have. Oh, Mukomo's here. Yeah. Can we do a shout out to Sky? I feel like we need to plug my friend in. Yeah, if you don't follow Sky, you should definitely go give Sky a follow. Sky does a lot of card games, a lot of Magic the Gathering. Been doing a lot of Forbidden Memories recently, but Sky also does some Zooters as well. And it's just a good wholesome bean. Sky mostly streams in the evenings, like late night, so which is definitely hours that I don't normally stream. So if you're looking for something that's like comfy in the evenings, definitely a good place to go hang out. And I actually know a lot of my community has started hanging out around there as well. I know Chocolate Dave's there a lot, at least. I know last time I went into Sky stream, I actually saw a lot of my community there, so you know already there's people that, you know, names that you might be familiar with from my chat over there. Sky is just a good bean in general. Just good vibes. Good way to spend your night. So I definitely big recommend supporting Sky. Oh, my friend. Yeah, if you've watched, like, I know a lot of you found me from, like, GDQ stuff. Sky has hosted, Sky hosts, what are the two shows? Random Number Generation and Mercy Kills for GDQ hotfixes. I've been on Random Number Generation a few times now. I'm very, 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 very lucky and honored that I've been on that show. The amount of times I have been. Thanks to Sky. So if you, and I know some of you have found me from, yeah, I was like, I'm sure at least a few of you have found me from those GDQ Hotfix shows. So Sky is the host of those. So if you enjoyed those shows, that's all thanks to Sky. Like, good. Good vibes. I put in my own idea. I pitched an idea for my own Hotfix show, chat, earlier this week. GDQ opened up some, they tweeted the other day, they're like, hey, we're looking for some more Hotfix shows runners. If you have an idea, email us your pitch, and maybe you'll get to have a show. And last time they tweeted that was like about a year ago. And at the time I had the same idea, but I was like, I was too scared to submit it. I didn't feel confident. And now I feel confident. But I think I did a good pitch. It's just, whether or not they're, you know, whether or not they're looking for something like my idea, slash they like my idea, and who else? I don't know. One, I don't know how many shows they're adding, so that's one factor. They said they're looking to fill slots from Friday to Monday, which makes me want to believe that they're gonna pick at least 2, if not more shows. But I don't know who else is all submitting and what their ideas are, so I think I did my pitch as well as I could. It was a good pitch, and it just kind of goes, see. We'll see. Yep, in a couple weeks, we're gonna be also prepping, GDQ host audition tapes for AGDQ 2022. That's another thing coming up. A lot of GDQ stuff that I'm gonna be like antsy about right now. And in addition to doing that submission, Spike and I are planning to submit a 5-dungeon Zooter co-op for AGDQ. So Spike and I need we need to practice some co-ops together and get that tape together. That I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't get accepted, but we wanted to submit it anyways. Might as well. It'd be cool, but I feel like they, you know, we've had some Zooter in the past already. The last time I think Zooter was at a GDQ though was like a main event GDQ. Would have been, what was that? SGDQ 2020 with Beryl and Rye. So it's been a, you know, few GDQs since then. And we'd be submitting a different, you know, version of that. But who knows? I've been struggling with Basement 1 skip lately. Why? This is one of those tricks that sometimes you just like hit a wall, I feel like, and you can't get it. Also, I've been having trouble with like my controller there. Hey, there we go. I didn't flame storage either. The one that Spike does is called Tsundere Skip. He does a different version of it than I do. There's like, there's different setups for Basement 1 Skip. I don't know why it's called that. Yeah. But the one I just did is not Tsundere Skip. Oh yeah, Frame Fatales. Yeah. I I gotta look into that too. Yeah, I don't even know. Did they tweet something about submissions? Or are we just talking future events? I'm like, did I miss something there too? I feel like there's so much right now with like GDQ stuff, which is good. GDQ has really, really, really helped me, GDQ has really helped me get like a lot of like my stream up. I have gotten quite a few new members of our community the past few months from GDQ stuff, and oh yeah. And that's why I'm like that's why I'm like trying to get more involved with GDQ stuff too. Maybe I should word it differently. My involvement with GDQ stuff has helped me a lot because it has put me out there. It's given me more visibility. Maybe I should word it differently. Oh? Yay! Okay, that's a good song. That's a good song. I think cows are on this too. I'm pretty sure cows are on. Cows are on or keys are on? Here's the thing, and this is like, and I feel like it's important. This is not me like knocking myself, but I obviously like Spike and GDQ have both helped me become visible on Twitch, because that's the one thing with Twitch nowadays is it's very hard to it's just oversaturated, you know. And so like the fact that I have like, you know, people who I'm connected with who can help, you know, highlight my stream helps me you know, get at least people to find my stream, which is important. And that's usually why I like reference GDQ and Spike, because I'm like, without both of those two entities and my connections with those two entities in the Twitch world, I just, there is no way I would be where I am today. Like it's that's the reality. Is there is networking involved with Twitch, but there is also my own work and stuff as well too. Like, and Spike, especially when I started streaming, I was very hard on myself, and I would like get real upset, like be like, I wouldn't be here without. It's like I kind of like I felt like I cheated almost because of Spike's connection with me, and you know, I've had people tell me that I used Spike to get Twitch partner too, which I know is not true, but like it's that attitude that like, oh, Nukes is only, you know, I've had people say shit like that. But Spike's always said to me like, look, maybe I've like shown people you, but people would not continue to come to your stream if they didn't like your stream. Like that, I am not, he's like, yes, I introduce people to your stream, but you and your energy and your work is what keeps people coming back and being a part of your community. So, yeah. Chelsea! Hi, Chelsea. Chelsea, I just tried pumpkin spice and it was really good! It was really good! I felt like it tasted fun. Smithic! 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 You got a check mark! Smithic! Ah! Thank you. Oh my god. Y'all, Smithic rated us just yesterday. Oh my god, Smithic! For those of you who don't know Smithic, Smithic is another really, really great Zelda streamer. I love Smithic. He's super, super great energy. Does a lot of great Zelda challenges, mostly Breath of the Wild. But I know he said he was doing some type of challenge with Ocarina of Time the other day with like damage boosts and stuff. Chelsea, thanks for gifting a sub to Smithic. I appreciate that. And he finally got partnered. This dude has been deserving partnership for so long and has submitted for partner like 5+ times, something like that. I don't know the exact amount, but this is long overdue. Please go give him a follow. He is a great Zelda content creator, and if you like Zooters, you would like his content as well. He deserves it. Oh my god, I'm like shaking. I'm so excited for you. I was not expecting to see. Sorry, I just like, that's so fantastic. I'm so happy for you. Oh my gosh. Well deserved. Yeah, please go check out his stream if you've never checked it out before. Drop him a follow and give him a look. I know a lot of you also know Wizard of Time. When I've streamed with Wizard of Time, we always stream with Smithic as well. So that's usually who the other person is with us. Like when I did Mario Kart, I did it with him and Smithic. We did Phasmophobia a long time ago together. Yeah, they're super, super awesome. Oh, thank you, Smithic. Oh gosh, I got real excited about that. I'm so, oh my gosh. Yes, we can like actually sponsor. So like, stream again together. I feel like Wizard's been busy with like other stuff on Saturdays because I've been peeking out for like some Mario Kart. Heyo. Alright, we have a decent amount of shoes here, but we're gonna save some. Let me add to sub. They've added a lot of stuff. I haven't played Phasmo in a long time. I know they've like added a lot of updates though. I feel like all the people I've played with in the past aren't interested anymore. But I would love to play some more Phasmo, especially because October's coming up. Like, perfect reason to play some Phasmo. Yay! I'm so happy you enjoyed the churro powder. Yeah, definitely stock up on Tuesday. So good. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern time, I'm going to be streaming with Alex from Madrinas, and my promo code for Madrinas is going to be boosted up to 30% off instead of the normal 20 during that hour we'll be playing Mario Golf together. So make sure if you've been, obviously the new pumpkin spice launched today, which you can buy if you want today. Unlocked bombs. Or you can wait until Tuesday and get an extra 30% off. I just want to let y'all know that because I'd hate for y'all to all buy pumpkin spice today and then be disappointed that you could have gotten an extra 10% off your purchase. So I just wanted to put that out there. Obviously do what you can, but it helps support me. It gets you caffeinated with some delicious, delicious coffee. And yeah, so like, what more could you ask for? There's also the new churro flavor too that I think it tastes a lot like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, honestly, like drinking Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So I also big recommend that as well if you haven't. Also, they still are doing for like the next week, buy one get one free cold brew cans. If you haven't heard or maybe you forgot, Madrina's cold brew cans are going into the Madrina's vault. So they will not be available for at least like a few months. I don't know how long they'll be put away, but it won't be forever, but it'll be for a period of time. So if you really like the cold brew cans, I suggest stocking up on them using Nuke's BOGO for your code. You get buy one get one free cans if you use Nuke's BOGO when you check out. And the cans are usually good for a year. So like if you want to, buy a bulk of cans and stock up, yeah. Hi 205, how's it going? It's afternoon. It's early afternoon. Oh, it's like almost 3. I'm late today. I woke up at 11:30 today because pigs last night. I did piggies last night on stream, and then I played Hades after I cut stream. And I keep on getting to Hades and getting to a second phase and dying. I'm getting, Yeah, that used to be my old sleep schedule. And then I felt bad because I wasn't seeing Spike like at all. Because I would like go to sleep close to when he was waking up. And I would stream until he was asleep. So like, I was like, frick. I have to adjust my schedule so I can like actually see my partner. No, off could be. Hey. Magical milk. I don't remember where my save quit put me. It put me like in Kokiri, I think. We can go South Hyrule after this. Yeah, honestly, it's just like figuring what works out, as long as you figure out something that works for your relationship. Good night, Ada. Yes, please go get some sleep. I know it's very... You said a while ago it was like 1 a.m. It's probably 6 a.m. for you. Go get some much needed sleep, Ada. See you around. Oh, I'm supposed to do a dab. Hold on. Gosh. Dabs feel so out of style now. I know, doesn't that check mark look so good next to Smithick's name? Oh, I'm so happy. So happy for Smithy. Heckin' well deserved. Bubblegum. I know, Smithick, when I got my check mark, go flaunt it. Flaunt it. Go and talk in different chats and flaunt it. I'm sure you're already doing that, but just because it feels so good. It feels so good, especially probably even more so that you had to submit 5 times an application. Like, I got mine on my 2nd application, and it still felt amazing. You've been at it much longer than I was, so it's got to feel even more like. No. I got partnered while I was streaming, but I didn't see the notification until after I cut stream. And it was, I was suffering through the end of, Oracle of Seasons? Like, the final fights. And I was struggling, like, that was a struggle bus stream. And I was just, and I was stressed because I was, like, waiting to hear about partner, and I was doing this, I was doing this whole, like, awful, unenjoyable boss fights at the end of Oracle of Seasons. Finally, I think we beat the game. Cut stream, noticed I had a notification or whatever in Twitch. I was like, clicked on it. And I just screamed. Big screamed. And I started sprinting around the house in circles. Because that's what I do. I do like the excited, like when animals, like pets get excited. That's what I was doing, just running around, screaming. I think the big important thing to remember though, hey, that's logical first combat. Right? Well, technically I needed a slingshot. I got a, how did I get a bonus? Yeah, I got it at the end of Deku. I don't know. I think the important thing to remember though is once you get partnered, that's like obviously not the end. Like, you see some people like get partnered and then they fall off and they, you know, you lose kind of all the traction you got, unfortunately. So it's always I feel like with streaming kind of an uphill battle no matter what. You just get different goals, but I'd say obviously getting partnership is like, it's a big milestone, but then there's still, I feel like you always kind of feel like, you know, you're always like, all right, how can I increase my viewership? How can I increase it? Yeah, Sky, I've always wondered, like, I've like meant to ask you about Ambassador and how, I've like tried to Google and stuff about Ambassador because I've always just wondered, like, how does Twitch even, how does that happen? I'm like, that's always, I'm very goal-oriented. I'm a hard worker who's very goal-oriented. And if I could have another goal like that, that would be cool. Which I'm sure I would be far off from getting that, but I don't, yeah. Oh, you just got invited to a program. Interesting. I wonder how Twitch does that. That like, it just to me feels like something I can't find any information about Twitch Ambassador and how people get, you know, invited to that or whatever. And the only people I know you have it, and then I watch Ashley Roboto sometimes. I know she has it. T is dead, but there's also, so to note in these settings, because the ocarina is shuffled, OOT rewards you not only the song reward, but the ocarina item that gets thrown into the water is also randomized. So, just because the song was hinted as dead doesn't mean that we don't have to get all the stones for the other item. Oh, well, then that's the hint for that. So, OOT is completely dead. The stones are completely dead. Now that we have bombs, let's go adult. We can go do Dodongo's Cavern, and we can go to Bomb Shoot Bowling real quick here. But those arrows could be important. That's insane. That's like, again, I don't even know what like gets someone Twitch Ambassador, but like to be one of 100 streamers who have it is like, that's crazy. Let him go! Yeehaw! Oh, you're welcome, Caustic. Yeah, it's really, so I'm partnered with Madrinas, and I big love all of their products. If you're into like more like, they have flavored cold brew, but they also have like my favorite is just the black cold brew, and I add my own creamer to it, but yeah. That's pretty good. Here, I'm gonna put that link in chat there. Madrinas. You can go to Madrinas Coffee. And then Nukes BOGO equals BOGO cans. There you go. That's your promo code you use to get the buy one get one free cans. If you want to, you also can just use the promo code Nukes whenever to get 20% off an order on Madrinas. You end up really liking them. Their powder's really good too. That's kind of the direction they're going more towards now, is these cold brew powders, which is like a powder you add to water, which I was hesitant about at first, but it kicks butt. It kicks butt. It's really good. Because free coffee is pretty good. Big benefit. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I'm gonna go this way. Oh yeah, the cans are really good for that because yeah, you just pop it open. Very, very easy. The powder's really easy too, but cans obviously you don't have to do anything. You just take it out of the fridge. Crack open a cold one. Aaron, you're like the king of just ordering Madrina. I feel like coffee is kind of almost an acquired taste. 205. Yeah. Not for everyone. I started drinking the really sweet versions, and then I moved on to like black coffees. I really like it though. And yeah, we like the zoomies. Yeah, I definitely agree. I got into it during college because I was taking a full class load as well as working 30 hours a week. Well, I was just doing a lot. And the caffeine helped a lot. And I've never been into like energy drinks. Like I think energy drinks are disgusting. But I liked the caffeine from coffee, so I ended up, that was like I would go to Starbucks and get a Frappuccino and sit there and work on my essays and stuff and study in Starbucks. Then I got a job at Starbucks. And the rest is history. Yeah, when I worked, we had the gingerbread latte. Yep, and I also worked when they stopped selling that, and people were not happy. Did you use my promo code Caustic? I didn't get an alert. Unless it didn't go through. Wait, you don't know the story, Sky? Oh. Alright, story time. Snuggle up. Get a blanket. Get a little cup of coffee. Oh, yes. Caustic, send them an email and let them know, because then that will credit me with your purchase and that will help support me. So if you could, I would appreciate that. It won't, you know, just send them an email and say, hey, I forgot to use promo code Nukes. Here's my order number. Can you please credit her? I appreciate that. Thank you, Caustic. That will, that just helps support me a little bit with a purchase you already made. So yeah, the Spike and Nukes origin story. Ahem. So, I've actually been friends with Mr. I Ate Your Pie for a while. Him and I had met through local Smash scene. He was in the Smash scene for a while. I was in the Smash scene for a while. You know, between Wisconsin and stuff, like Wisconsin and Chicago, like we would travel up to Wisconsin sometimes for tournaments. We don't talk about the Smash scene anymore. Yeah, not part of our life anymore. But that definitely was a period of time. And that's how I met. I Ate Your Pie, and became friends with him. So Pie and I hanging out. We were actually like. Pie and I were like scrolling through Twitter together and like memeing about like mutual friends or friends that we knew. Like we pulled up. First he pulled up like used pizzas, and he was like looking through used pizzas pictures. He's like, look, DP just knows how hot he is. Like, look, he just knows he's hot. Like we were like that. Like we were like teasing like that way, not like mean stuff. Just like, oh yeah, like look, he knows he's hot. And then he pulled up Spike, and he like looked at me and he goes, you know. You and Spike, you guys would jive. I forget what exactly he said. He's like, you guys should talk. You both are freaking weird. That part I remember. He said, you two are freaking weird. And I like laughed about it, and I was like, yeah, right. Spike wouldn't, you know. I was like, yeah, right. Spike wouldn't be interested in me. Good one, Pie. And we just kind of, he's like, no, really, like, you guys should talk. I can introduce you. And I was like, no, I don't think he'd be interested. So then I went home, and I thought about it. Pulled up a Spike stream. I thought about it. Picked up the phone, called my good friend Mr. I8, and said, so, about Spike, you wanna, drop my name? And he goes, are you serious, dude? And I was like, yes, I'm serious, dude. He's like, I don't want to unless you're serious. And I was like, I'm serious. Like, please, like, drop my name. Drop my name. And, he kept not doing it for a while until finally I, like, came over to visit him. And I was like, okay, Pie, you are going to DM Spike right now and drop my name. Because I've been sitting there stewing on this for, like, weeks now. And so I sat there with Pie and, like, I evaluated the message he was DMing Spike. He was like, hey, I got this friend. Nuclear reaction on Twitter. She's real cute and really funny. I think you'd really like her. And she wants to talk. She'd be interested in talking to you or something like that. And Spike just goes, oh, she's real cute. Wait, she's interested in me? And I'm like sitting there like with Pie, like we're cackling about it, like. And yeah, so then Spike slid into my DMs. And little did he know, me and Pie were sitting next to each other, like, comparing notes, and, like, Pie was, like, coaching me through it. And then Spike and I talked all night. And I told Spike that I'd be going to that AGDQ, which was gonna be in less than a month. That was SGDQ 2018. And yeah. But then I didn't hear from Spike until SGDQ. And at that point I was like, huh, I thought we had a good conversation, but I guess he's not interested, I don't know. And Pi kept saying to me, he's like, look, Spike's just really, really bad at like messaging. He's really bad, which now I realize he is. But I was convinced that Spike just wasn't interested in me. Until I was walking around SGDQ and random girls kept coming up to me going, oh my god, you're that girl that Spike likes, aren't you? And I was like, what? They're like, yeah, you're Nuclear Reaction, right? Oh my god, Spike won't shut up about you. And I was like, the fuck? What? What is going on? I was like so confused because I haven't talked to Spike in weeks. But yeah, then we ended up, you know, finally meeting in person. And it went really well. And I ended up I couldn't stay for that whole GDQ. I had to leave like midweek because of work and stuff. So I ended up saying goodbye to him midweek, and we were like saying goodbye to each other, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna go, and as soon as I get home, I'm booking a flight to Chicago. I'm gonna come visit you, and the rest is history. Oh, I didn't know that, Sky. No. I didn't know that part. I was so sad. It was funny. I got home and I actually like, I was messaging him and I was like, I kind of want to come back. I kind of want to, you know, if I could find a room to stay in, I want to come and come for the last couple days, like the last day and a half. And he was like, no, don't drive back up here. No, don't drive back up here. It's a long drive and you're not going to be here very long. So I almost came back up because I really wanted to spend more time with him. But he told me not to. He just didn't want me to make that drive. It's like a 6-ish hour drive from Chicago. Give or take, depending on traffic and stuff. That's so funny, Sky, because I learned who Spike was. So AGDQ 2016 was the first AGDQ I went to. I went with a group of friends, also my partner at the time. And when we were in the arcade, my partner at the time was like, oh, that's Spike Vegeta. Can we go talk to him? He's really cool. I was like, oh, I don't know who Spike is, but like, okay, we can go talk to him. And we talked, my partner at the time introduced me technically to who Spike Vegeta was. And we took a picture with Spike. Like, I have that picture. We took a picture with Spike. And then I remember like watching him do like, he sang Gaston at GDQ for Kingdom Hearts. And I was like, oh my god, this guy is awesome. I would love to hang out with him. Yep, Spike is that is Spike. Spike will I feel like he will situationally cool down his personality, if you know what I mean, but like that's all of us. Like he is very genuinely the person he is. Like that is none of that on stream is like a front or anything. I think he turns it up a little bit for stream, but that's anything, you know, most people in entertainment, you turn up your personality, but that is very much his personality. Oh my god, Sky. Oh, Sky. I love that, Sky. Oh my god. Yeah, Chelsea, I agree. I genuinely, everyone I've met, at least in like the speedrunning sphere, I can't say this about everybody, obviously, but like, everyone I have met is very genuinely what they are on stream is what they are, just a bit amped up. And I can say that about myself too. Like, the person I am on stream is very much who I am, just a little bit more energetic, I'd say, because that's, you gotta be that way on stream, you know? You gotta turn it up to keep it a little bit interesting. A little more engaging. Not interesting, more engaging. Hi, Amati. How are you doing? Alright. We'll grab a scale. Yeah, we'll grab the scale just in case it helps me go a little faster at some point. Oh, that sounds awesome, Amati. I haven't gotten my hair done. I was saying to Spike the other night, I was like, you need to get a haircut, which means I need to get a haircut too. I can just tell his hair has grown a lot and I want to get it cut before we go, yeah, I don't know. Hey! Hey! Oh my god, Sky! I didn't know all that lore. Oh my goodness. Wow! I didn't know that. For me and Spike, hi Carl, how's it going? You're doing good here. So Spike was like driving to visit his family when he moved to West Virginia with Hobbs. Right when Spike and I met, actually. And when he was, what am I trying to say? He was driving to visit his family from West Virginia. And he was gonna actually stop at Supreme's house because it was kind of like a nice, like, halfway point. But I started being like, this is when I had recently started living alone. And I was being all anxious. And so Spike made the decision to come, and instead of stopping at Supreme's house, which was definitely way more conveniently on the way, he drove out of the way to come and spend one night with me. Because he knew it would make me feel better. And that was the moment I knew. I just knew. I was like, yep, this is it. This is it. That was the moment. Hello? Oh, hey, I don't know if this applies to anyone here. GDQ tweeted out earlier today, we are looking to hire a full-time broadcast engineer / programmer. If you have a knack for broadcast production, programming experience, Python plus more, a love for charity events, take a look at our job posting and see if you're interested. Just gonna put that out there if anyone's looking for a job and that applies to you here. Yeah, I was like, if I could do tech stuff, I would do it, but that is not me. That does not fit me as broadcast production programming experience. That ain't me. But if that's you and you're interested, you should yeah. But Como. I submitted it, Dave. They have submissions open until the 22nd, so we have a bit of time until we'll have any idea about if my show idea was is taken or not. So we have a bit of time to wait, unfortunately. I submitted it the day it opened, so Amati, I'm gonna DM you later. Sorry, it's been a very busy day on my end, Amati. Yeah, Sky, it would, like, if anyone were to get a job become staff at GDQ, you would be definitely a front runner in my eyes. Anything that's not tech, maybe. Because that's, yeah, obviously, like, the position that's open right now is you have to have, yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. That kind of stinks that that's, yeah. Oops. Yeah, I was gonna say what Saint says. It doesn't hurt to apply anyways, unless you really, really, really just absolutely love maybe your current job. But I always look at, you know, job If you're interested, the way you responded makes me want to believe you're interested to a degree. Job interviews and stuff are not just for the company that's hiring, but for potential employees. Like if you want to just apply and see, you know, what they would pay you, what benefits, blah blah blah, like could end up, you know. Obviously, I don't know what your current job is, Mukomo, but you never know. Never know. B2 Sky. I want it so bad. I really want my show to. I think I have a great show idea. It just depends on. I think all it comes down to is if the people who make the decision, if they like the idea and think it'd be a good fit for a GDQ show, Hotfix show, and who else pitched ideas and what their ideas are. You would, Sky. You would be great for the interview squad. I've actually said that to Spike too. I'm like, I would love to be, you know, if they're ever looking for more people on the interview team. And I know they look for more like, you know, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, I have a bow. Why did I forget I have a bow? Oh yeah, Sky, I remember you telling me that. That stinks. That's unfortunate. The timing and stuff, yeah. I'm sure there will be an opportunity though, at least at some point. I can't stop being antsy about like the showrunner stuff. I wish so badly, chat, that I could share with you what my Hotfix show idea is. But I don't want to say it since people are still like submitting show ideas, and I should probably keep that to I definitely should keep that to myself for now, but I hope it gets accepted and then I can share with everyone, you know. Oh, I hope so, handsome navigator. I hope so. Yeah, the only people who know are, I told Sky, because I asked for Sky to help me with like my pitch. I knew Sky had obviously has Hotfix shows, so I knew Sky would know how to help me for that. So Sky went over my pitch with me. I told obviously Spike about it, because I asked him initially, you know, would he think that'd be a good show, and he's like, oh yeah, that's a good show idea. Showed him my pitch as well, and the Nuka mod team knows too, because I was going over it with them and asking them for name ideas for my show. Which actually, Mukomo is the one who came out with the name I ended up choosing for the show. I wanted them to like look. I just wanted like more eyes looking over my like submission. I feel like it always, like then it ends up being better. Which Sky definitely helped me, yeah. Helped me, fine-tune my submission. My pitch. Please! But I appreciate that. I need someone looking over and being picky, you know? Keeping me in check. I always feel like it's always just good to, especially for like submission stuff, you know? Or pitching ideas. Like, it's good to have more eyes on it. To like, eyes that you trust. Who are going to help you, make it the best possible. Reacting to underscores with nukes. That sounds like a music show. Like I just listened to game scores. Reacting underscore live with nuclear underscore reaction. I wonder if my frat protest has any more updates. No, they just keep adding people. I want more details about the protest. Oh, that's a big one. We'll probably do horseback archery here and then, yeah. What are the names and student IDs of the organizers? The nucleus equation. Oh my gosh, cause I cracked up at that. See, Madrinas could have gone very, very like lazy with it and just done like nuclear spelled the correct way. But they did nucleus underscore equation and it killed me. I'm so glad that they were very, very smart with that. Madrinas is the creative team for Madrinas is really, really fantastic. They are genuinely really, really fantastic. Will the real nukes please stand up? How did the pancakes turn out? I ratioed them wrong. I didn't put enough, so I ended up, my batter ended up being really runny, so I had to add extra flour, and I didn't think to add extra Madrina's powder with the extra flour, so that it ended up not being as strong of a flavor as I would have liked it to be. Unfortunate. Yeah, the tracker I use is mostly, obviously we don't have like the Kokiri sword on here either. Some trackers have more stuff on it. I prefer this, this is called the compact tracker. So lens isn't really something we use a lot, so it doesn't really go on the tracker. Whoa, nice! Ooh, did you see that? That was sexy. Oh my goodness.
My chocolate, please.
Yo, 5 again. Thanks for gifting a sub to Benjamin Y. Benjamin, welcome to the Bomb Squad. Thank you, 5 again. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. That was impressive. I'm very like, whoa, I did that. I did that. Bottom of the well is way of the hero. Okay, we need to get our booties over there. That Song of Storm find. I just looked over my notes and saw that bottom of the well is way of the hero. Also, Goron City's way of the hero. We got Epona's in there. But I should go there as a child. I kind of would like ZL at least before I go over as a child. And Knuckles. Stronger than Knuckles. Chuckles. Knuckles. Alright, let's go. Also haven't checked Richard yet. My Wario game got delivered. It's here. It's here. Wario game is here. I think Spike and I are going to do that tomorrow, though, at this point. Unfortunately. I don't think we're going to have time today to do it, but we talked about maybe doing it together on Saturday, so we're going to see if we can try to stream to both of our streams from the same computer. Yeah, we're gonna stream it. Genuinely not sure about the logistics of that. So I think you can run technically 2 like instances of OBS and maybe stream from both at the same time. Sure. I don't know if that would fuck up like the webcam. Like would the webcam only be able to like be active in one OBS, you know? Hey! Chocolate Dave! Thank you for the Madrina's purchase. I appreciate it. Did you get your pumpkin spice and churro? Hope you enjoy. Enjoy your coffee, Dave. Oh, we can also do treasure chest minigame. Chat, get in your lefts and rights. We're gonna be doing that very soon here. You got churro, pumpkin, and tropical. Heck yeah. I hope you enjoy them all. I love all three of the flavors. All three of their new flavors, those three. Those three. I really, really, really like a lot. I'm so glad, Sky, that you tried it. Left, right. Anyone left, right? Dave's got left, right. I see. Who wants to win? Left, right. Left, right, left. Oh, left, right, left, right. Yes, Sky, on Thursday, it is 30% off everything. That is correct. My code, so just use the promo code, on Tuesday. Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern until like 6 p.m. Eastern. It's during my stream with Alex from Madrina's, so it won't be the whole day. Didn't I tell you that, Dave? Dave, I totally told you. I feel like I said that to you. Could be wrong. But I feel like I told you, because I've been trying to tell people that. I'm sorry if you missed that. Yeah, I don't think they have a free shaker deal right now. Yeah, because, yeah, Dave, okay, Dave, I feel like we had this conversation where you're like, I'm gonna get it on both days. I don't think they have a bundle, I'm not seeing, they do have a regular cold brew bundle right now, which is the mocha and the vanilla powder and a shaker bottle. But that's nothing with, like, the churro or the pumpkin. Not that those are bad flavors, but... yeah. That's the only thing I'm seeing with the bottles. The shake bottles are great. I really like, my favorite one's the yellow one. I also love the color yellow. Blue one's pretty cute too. But I like those. I like those better than, those are better because the bottle is like fully clear, where like the white one you can see but not like super well. A little bit nicer. And yeah, the powder tubs, they last for 2 years. All the tubs I've gotten, the expiration dates are like 2 years. So, it's definitely not bad to, like, you know, if they do have a deal going on, like on Tuesday will be 30% off. Go ahead and take advantage of that. Or I'm sure like Black Friday they'll have some type of deal too. It's never a bad idea to just like stock up when you can. That's why I try to let y'all know when those things are coming up. Because I want everyone to get the best deal possible, obviously. I don't want y'all to have to pay extra if you don't have to. And that's why I always emphasize that the expiration dates on these products, because I want y'all to know that they're not going to expire anytime soon. So if you wanted to do that strat where you, yeah. Ow! Thank you, Sky. Or you know, Sky, we could just do some more streams together. What time on Tuesday? 5 p.m. Eastern. I think I need to double check that. I'm pretty sure it's 5 p.m. Eastern. I keep on saying 5 p.m. Eastern, but why can't I find the time in my DMs with Madrinas? Well, yeah. Find the time. At coffee o'clock. Get it? Let me do an ad, y'all. I can imagine Aaron. Aaron always is like, oh, Madrinas, bye. I have an absurd amount of Madrinas. I'm like constantly like, when I see friends in person, I'm always like, here, have a tub of Madrinas, take it. Because I just have so much. I have so much Madrinas. Which is not a bad thing. But I'm also like, whew. Hold on. Oops. Doing. Oh. Guy. Ow. Okay, I'm glad everyone loves it so much. I mean, that's whatchamacallit. I've always said, like, if I were to ever get partnered or sponsored by a company, or with a company, I would make sure I personally enjoy their product and what they stand for, and that was definitely Madrinas for me. I would never, obviously it's, you know, it's kind of weird in the internet world. I feel like, you know, you never know with people. That's very important to me, you know, morally and stuff, to not be pushing products that I don't believe in. Madrinas has been so fantastic to work with, too. Oops. Oops. Whoops. Whoops. Ah! The unfortunate thing is I have to go back in now, though. Sometimes I'm the Fruit Loop dingus. Alright. You give me some, like, child songs, though, in here? Keep in mind, bottom of the well is Way of the Hero, so... Nocturne right now is our only thing that could be progression in some sort, potentially. Oh, or that. Or that strength. That's, looks like we're going Forest Temple after this, then. What's the necklace? Look, I'm a Digi-Destin. Keymon digivolves into Anja Kittymon. Kittymon's just ultimate form. Okay, so those of you who aren't familiar with Digimon, I feel like we need to clarify. In Digimon, one of like the main characters, Digimon's name is Gatomon. And it's a cat Digimon. And Gatomon digivolves into Anjawamon. Like literally an angel that's like a warrior angel. She's pretty badass. So Kittymon is kind of partially inspired by that. Yeah, definitely accurate. Alright, we are going to go adult now. Hi, Eglads, how's it going? And we are going to go through Forest Temple. Anjawamon is probably, I actually don't know how it's spelled off the top of my head. Probably like A-N-G-E-W-O-Mon? Anjawamon. Anjawamon. She's pretty badass looking, like. The nukes test. right. Let's go. Oh, I love Digimon. Honestly, as a kid, so I loved Pokemon a lot as a kid, but I preferred Digimon. I preferred Digimon. Oh, big yawn. Oh, I don't keep up with Digimon at all anymore. After they moved to, like, with what was his name? Like, I want to say season 3, where they got rid of, like, the OGs. It was, like, Davy or Davis. And I don't even remember the other two people's names. I kind of stopped watching as much during that season, and then I dropped it. I haven't looked into Digimon in a long time. I'm very much, I get attached to, like, the characters that are, like, the OGs. This happens to me all the time with, like, anime series, and then, like, the next season, they, like, get rid of them, and then I'm just over it. Oops. I did the same thing with Pokemon too. They like got rid of Brock and Misty and I was so over it. Well, they got rid of Brock. Brock was the first one who kind of got ditched. And I was like, I love Brock. And they no. And then when they got rid of Misty, I was pissed. No, Brock Flynn like worked with some like, I don't know. He was gone for like, I think like Orange Islands. And they had Tracy. So I was like, okay. I was like, I could, I guess, jive with Tracy. Professor Ivy, thank you. And I think I missed Brock, but I was like, okay. But then, you know, like Brock was supposed to come back, and I don't know. I never watched May because I got so annoyed that they replaced Misty. I loved Misty. And yeah, Max. Couldn't stand Max. I couldn't even remember what the kid's name was, but I was over him real quick. Like, ugh. I hate when they replace like your beloved characters with ones who are not, like, they're annoying. And it's like, no, why would you do this? What is your problem? Use my trusty drying pan as a drying pan. Come on. And he'd always make really yummy looking food. Like, Good luck on your dentist appointment. I know those can be very, like, little anxiety provoking. I hope it goes well, though. Have a good sleep. Here's my progress. Here is my progress. You know what I found out the other day that was very shocking to me? Spike never watched Blue's Clues. And he said, I don't know, I think it was after my time. And I was like, no, it wasn't. What? He's like, I'm too old for Blue's Clues. And I was like, no, you're not! What? Also, he has a sister who is my age, so I was like, if anything, you should have at least seen it through your sister. And he's like, no, she didn't watch Blue's Clues either. And I was like, that's some bullshit, because I am the same age as your sister. And what the heck? That's not okay. I mean, technically we're not married yet. I could, you know, I have to, yeah. The wedding's off until you marathon Blue's Clues, you uncultured swine. Yeah, I never, when Joe came on, that was when I dropped Blue's Clues. But I also, so my younger cousin, I watched some Blue's Clues while Joe was around because of her. Because my aunt would watch me a lot. And my cousin's like a few years younger than me. She was there were definitely kids shows that I watched because of my little cousin. I didn't watch much of Joe, and I was like, oh, it's not the same. Hey! There we go. And Blue's Clues is still good. Like, they did a... Blue's Clues had a pride parade on it. Like... Yes. Yes. Like, what, this past year? Sometime like this past year, I remember seeing a thing about that. So good. So good. A really good little kid show. That and Arthur. Those two shows are my jam as a little kid. I think Blue's Clues was the one I looked forward though the most to. Look forward to that one the most, honestly. Man, it is so late right now. It just was way later than I feel like it should be because I woke up so late today. Also, so then like my older kid shows, I guess you would call them, like not like your early childhood shows, but older ones. Digimon, yes, Digimon, Pokemon. Hey Arnold, Powerpuff Girls. Oh, I played Powerpuff Girls at recess every day. And I was always Blossom. I was that kid. I was the kid who was always Blossom. I was the leader. I've always been a leader. Even back when I was playing Powerpuff Girls at recess. And if I couldn't be Blossom, then I wouldn't play. Because that was my role. I was the leader. And if you wouldn't let me be the leader, then I wasn't gonna play with you. I am in my late 20s, Ina, so maybe? I don't know how old you are. Good morning, Satyr. Oh, Hey Arnold was so good. I love the opera episode. That's the episode I always think of for Hey Arnold. Oh, also Doug. Doug is a good show too. I feel like Doug is underrated. People don't bring up Doug a lot. Also Rugrats. I loved Rugrats. I watched a lot of TV. With my golden magic slingshot. I think of that all the time when I get the slingshot. Dexter's Lab! Oh, yes. Yes, that, oh. DG, get out to my laboratory! Omelette de fromage. Omelette de fromage. My dad used to watch with me, like on Friday nights. That was like when Cartoon Network for a while, they used to like release all their new episodes of their like popular cartoons. And my dad and I used to do like we'd do Friday nights together where he'd make like, we'd get pizza, we'd make popcorn, and we'd watch Johnny Bravo. My dad loved Johnny Bravo. So we would watch Johnny Bravo, we'd watch the new Powerpuff Girls, probably Dexter's Lab. I don't remember what was in like that lineup at the time. Yeah, Cartoon Fridays. That's like my like cherished memory with my dad growing up, was we would do Cartoon Fridays together. I never watched Samurai Jack though. That was one I never watched. Oh, and we'd watch Sailor Moon. My dad would watch Sailor Moon with me too. And then I'd get to, on Friday nights, my parents would let me, my parents had like a TV in their bedroom. So we'd watch the shows in their like bedroom with like popcorn like on the bed, like it was a special treat. And then I'd get to sleep in my parents' bed with them on Friday nights because of Cartoon Fridays. So it was like a special treat. I got to sleep in the big bed. Good memory. Sailor Jupiter is, always was my favorite. See, I think, here's my thing. I say this, I have very young parents. I talked about this the other day. My dad was 23 when he had me, which I look back at that now and I'm like, it makes sense. Like, because he would have been, yeah, around my age when this was happening. Because I was like, what, maybe like 5 or 6, 7 years old. So like, he would have been around the age I am right now. And if I was a parent right now with a kid that age, I would let them do that stuff. Like, where I wonder, like, as you get older, like maybe, you know, you're not as interested maybe in those things. Like, I'd watch cartoons, like, you know, I don't know. It probably depends on the parents, though. But I think the fact that my parents were young probably played into it. That they would be more, yeah. They were into video games. They were into cartoons because they were young. Where I would imagine if my parents were like in their 40s when they had me, there would probably be a gap of interest, you know? And not always, but like I think they're just as, that's just the thing when, you know, younger parents tend to be more, you'd have more similar like things, you know. My parents were more into that stuff before they had me, so they would be more probably inclined to, you know, play video games with me like they did and watch cartoons with me. I talk about how my parents, when I was, my earliest memory is playing SMB2. Okay, so Sorry a Song is locked before chorus progression. Yeah. Yeah, 2122 is definitely, but there's also like across generations, like my grandparents were 19, 20 when they had my mom. Like, and to me, that's like outrageously young to have kids. Like, it definitely changes, I think, throughout times. But I still I would consider like 23 young, but for like my dad. My mom was like 26. There's a 3-year age difference, 26 or 27 when she had me. Might have been 27. If Amati was 27, my mom was probably 27. Where is it? Oh yeah, say that is very young, Satyr, yeah. That is, and I think we can all agree having a kid at like 16, 17 is, yeah. Oh gee, she had 2 kids at 17. Oh goodness. That I could imagine that would have been hard. Bye, Sky. Love you. Enjoy your dinner. All right, we're gonna sing 3 songs. Oh goodness, Disco. 16 and then 20. So they had, yeah. Wow, I couldn't imagine. That's, and some people do it. That like baffles me when I hear that. Like, I couldn't imagine being that age and juggling not only one child, but multiple children. Like, oof. That just sounds very, very difficult. Bye, Caustic. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you enjoy your Madrinas. Definitely give me your feedback once you're able to try it. Hope you enjoy it, though.
I pushed the egg to put
Yo,
the
Caustic, thank you for that 5-pack. I appreciate that so much. Everybody, welcome to the Bomb Squad. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. Hey, Orator, how's it going? Doing good. Today's been a good day. We had some Madrina's pancakes this morning. They were delicious. Tried the new Madrina's pumpkin spice. Also delicious. Just been having a good comfy. This has been a good comfy zooter. We had a good conversation. You should update the marriage vows that Spike has to watch Blue's Clues with. Well, we'll definitely do like different marriage vows probably when we actually have our real legal marriage ceremony coming up in the near future. Oh, I need Spike. Spike needs to go get his ring size redone. Spike lost 50 pounds since we bought his original wedding ring, and it is huge on him. We're getting new rings for our elopement. We're gonna get like we're getting new rings. Because we agreed that we should have special rings for the ceremony. But I'm like, he needs to get his finger resized so that the new ring actually is the appropriate size. I'm getting one of those like rubber things you put on the inside of the rings to resize it for his original ring, but because it's like he lost so much weight, like there is so much, it's a big gap on his finger. Oh, wait, no, we can't. Right? No, we can. What are you doing? Oh gosh. Yeah, soft motor, that's like, so Spike is one of 5 kids. The first 3 kids were planned. Him and his younger sister were, oops. So there's like a little bit of an age gap between him and his 3 older siblings. And especially with his youngest sister, because she is like 5 years younger than him. And like she is the baby compared to the rest of them. There is only one me, no siblings. My mom also had like a lot of complications though with her pregnancy with me. My mom, her whole 3rd trimester, she was bedbound. Like literally had to just stay in bed. And then I was, what's the word? I was breached? I think that's the word, where like I wasn't, my body wasn't the right way when she was like in labor. And I almost like suffocated or something. But I'm here! But it was like a whole big stressful thing, and I think my parents, yeah, breach. Yeah, I was breached. My parents were very much, I remember when I was a kid, they kept telling me like, we are happy with you, like that's, we have you and that's it. And I always thought that was weird, and then I found that out when I was older. My mom told me all this stuff about how her pregnancy went with me. And I was like, oh gosh. My mom didn't have a C-section though, so like I don't know, I don't exactly know what happened with that. I know she didn't have a C-section. I don't really know how they, I don't know. I don't think they did. But I know normally if you're breached, you have to have a C-section. Not sure. Oh, Hikari, that's, ooh. Yes. Oh, that sounds like a great idea. Yeah, my mom gives me shit all the time about like how awful the pregnancy was with me and how like, you know, typical mom stuff to be like you know, I went through all this for your birth, and but yeah, she really did have a really rough time the last third of that pregnancy with me. I think that kind of, as a kid, I really wanted a sibling, but now that I'm grown, I totally understand why my parents didn't try for another kid. I'm sure my mom did not want to, you know, she had a very, like, risky, scary pregnancy with me, and probably did not want to do that again. I don't blame her. Okay, normally you try to do a vaginal burst though. Okay, I wasn't sure about that. Something I'm like not very, yeah, I didn't know. Oh gosh, Samus, that's scary. Yeah, that's... pregnancies and labor and all that stuff is... it's a lot. It's a lot. And there's honestly so much that we don't talk about that goes into like childbirth and what the women, the people who have children, who birth children, like all the stuff they have to deal with post labor and everything too. It's a lot. And I feel like there's stuff that it's just not talked about enough. I think it's becoming more and more talked about, like, but like your stuff gets all messed up down there. And like going to the bathroom, I've heard you had to use like after giving like vaginal birth, you have to like use like a squirt bottle to like rinse yourself after you go to the bathroom, and how painful going to the bathroom is post child labor. Yeah, there's just a lot that people don't talk about. Alright, I have one more I can for sure check. The rest are going to be key locked here, so I cannot be able to go deeper. Obviously, I don't have a hammer. My mom's doc was like, dude, he's getting huge. I've heard though, Twin, too, that C-sections, having C-sections is a whole nother, like, I've heard things from women who have C-sections that they feel like they get shit about it, and like people don't realize how it's very painful and hard in a different way. That's what, at least that's what I've heard from women who sorry, I shouldn't say women, from people who have had C-sections. It's just like, it's painful in different ways. They all came out forward ways. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, Twin, that's just some bullshit. Like, whenever I've heard that people who say that you're not a real mom, blah, 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 like, bullshit. Like, you carried a baby, like, I can't even, like, that rhetoric is just ridiculous. All the ways it hurts. I can imagine. That's a scary thing to me about, as someone who has never been pregnant, that scares me. Like, and once you're pregnant, you gotta get that baby out of you some way. Like, you can't, like, undo that. Like, well, there's no undo button. Like, and Delilah, you can probably, like, echo this. I think all of the different ways have their own unique set of problems, from my understanding. I don't think there's any, like, good or better way to have a pregnant, like, birth your child. They all have their own set of issues. Hey, Keys, how's it going? We're talking about babies. Hi, Keys, how were you born? Oh my god. Let's talk about how, like, people who have had children, how it's all difficult, and mad respect to all of them. I believe a vagina was a voice chat. What's your favorite kind of cheese? What's your real? Oh gosh. Oh goodness. Oh gracious. Oh graciousness. Oh, I can't do brie. The soft cheese. It's something not right to me. Yo, Arctic Huntress, thank you for the 16 months. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Babam Squad. Oh, I didn't know you were with Chelsea right now. Why didn't you go and visit Chelsea and Astro while I was there? That sounds pretty rude of you. Ah! Yo, Anonymous, thanks for that Madrine-ass person. I appreciate it. Listen, I don't have an answer. Alright. I'll remember that. Don't you? I'll remember that, okay? Alright. Alright. Alright, where the frick are we going? What haven't I done? Happy Friday. Wait till Tuesday. Yeah, that is a good reminder, everyone, is unless you're doing the buy one get one free cans, because that's a different code. But my code will be 30% off during my Madrina stream on Tuesday for that hour. So if you want a little extra bang for your buck, Thursday is the day to do it. Yay, Belle! I'm so happy you enjoy them. So glad you enjoy them. Yeah, and then if you, again, the powders work, the powders, like their expiration dates are usually like for 2 years after. Cans are usually 1 year, but, so if you wanted to like take the opportunity to just like stock up because there's extra money off and you'll get, like, you know, obviously if you buy more, you'll get, if you buy more, you'll get more money saved. So, wanted to just stock up on Tuesday during that power hour. Not a bad idea. I always aim to give y'all the best deal, so that's why I let you know these things. Yeah, fuck it. Oh my gosh, I have like 6 tubs of peppermint mocha. Like, your girl ain't gonna need to stock up on peppermint mocha anytime soon. Yes, I big suggest the green coffee, especially if you're someone who's looking out for like your your sugar consumption and your calories. They're a great way to get caffeine in a tasty way that has low sugar and low calories. Just love the taste of them too. Yes, the churro is so good. It's so good. It slaps. It does slap. I always compare it to like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's got that real nice cinnamon sugar taste. And since it has like the powdered milk in it, it just reminds me of having some Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal. Like, also pumpkin spice, tried that today. That shit slaps too. Really, really good. I big recommend it. Definitely tastes better than Starbucks. As someone who used to work at Starbucks, tastes better than Starbucks. Giveaway time, and can I win it? I'm not sure if we're doing a giveaway on Tuesday or not. There's a pumpkin spice giveaway. I don't know if it's still going on. Hold up. Let me double check. There was like a Gleamio. A Gleam? Gleamio? Where's the link for that? I don't know how many days that was going on for. And y'all should definitely enter that because they have like a oh, it ended. Shoot. Well, GG. I did post about it in Discord, but... Yeah, Disco. The big reason I used to drink a lot of Starbucks is I worked there, so like I got so much free Starbucks. They give you a lot of free Starbucks when you work there. You get a free pound of beans every week, as well as 3 free drinks every shift, and a free food item every shift. So I exclusively drank Starbucks during those years of my life for obvious reasons. I'm very glad I have Madrinas to take care of me. And I genuinely like them better than Starbucks. Can you grab this? Yeah, I got super dependent on caffeine though when I worked there because for obvious reasons I drank a lot of caffeine while I worked there. Oh, heck yeah! Thank you. Thank you, sir. So the closest thing, Voids, to that for powder version is the diamond. What is it? Diamond? Why can't I think of what it's called? Diamond Hands. The Diamond Hands ones, it's not completely black. It's got some sugar in it, but that's what I compare it to. It's really, really good, honestly. If you haven't tried Diamond Hands and you like the cold brew black, oops, I'd suggest trying that out. It's one of my favorite powders that they make. Oh, yeah, there is dairy in that. Yes. I will tell you this, Voids. A lot of people have talked to Madrinas about non-dairy options, and Madrinas has talked on social media about this. They are working on non-dairy coffee options. So right now we have the green fuelers, which are the fruit ones. Those don't have dairy in them, so that's a good option. But I know that's not coffee taste, so I totally understand if that's not your jive. But it has the same amount of caffeine in it. So if you're just looking for caffeine without dairy, that's what I would suggest for now. But fingers crossed in the near future we're gonna get some good non-dairy powders, coffee powders as well. Yeah, and I'll definitely for sure Voids announce it whenever it hopefully happens. If you're in the Discord, I do post updates with Madrinas in there in my announcements. It's also an option. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I never know. But yeah, that's I'll definitely keep updated there and on here as well. Just Madrinas isn't always the topic of conversation on streams, of course, but that was updated. And on Twitter too. Or on Twitter and follow me on there. I definitely try to tweet about Madrinas updates too whenever there are those. I'm gonna go ahead and, I think, enter Shadow Temple. We only do the two checks since we don't have hovers, but I'm gonna do that. We'll Din's Fire and get the song check in the Composer's Grave. And then we will probably do Child Spirit to get the keys and dig deeper into there. But I'm gonna do this first. Yeah, lactate is a pill that people who have lactose intolerance will take. Supposed to help. I don't know much about it because I'm not lactose intolerant. I know that's a common thing people will use. But some people are allergic to dairy. Yeah, there is a difference. Yeah, what Belle said. Or they're vegan, which obviously lactate isn't gonna help you if you're vegan. Double. Yeehaw. Alright, can we do this? Start it off nice. Oh, I always say that, so I'm like, I love our community for those reasons, because I feel like we're able to, like, all have good, civilized conversation and, like, teach each other things that maybe someone will say something that's not fully correct, and we're like, oh, no, like, let me tell you how it is. And I'm like, oh, hey, thanks for letting me know. Instead of being rude about it, like, everyone here is just so good at conversating, like, politely and listening to each other and not being rude for the most part. Like, been a couple ding-dongs here and there, but, like, for the most part, like, I love that we've been able to talk about, we're able to have serious conversations about, you know, things like COVID has been a big one that every time that topic gets brought up, something that I was scared to talk about for a long time in stream, but it was just like something, hey, we're all kind of experienced, like, everyone's just like super, you know, it's just good. It's just good. Wasteland is something we haven't done, but I'm gonna go. Hey, Voids, thanks for gifting us up to Discotheque. I appreciate that. Disco, welcome back to the Bomb Squad. You boys appreciate that. Alright, Child Spirit. Right, Twin? And it all moved, it moves so seamlessly. Also with ZL, I can do stuff too. I am going to, though, real quick, go take a bathroom break. All this coffee and stuff I drank earlier, I need to go to the bathroom. So we'll be right back. He did a stretch. Alright, here we go. Child spirit. Let's put that there. Boom boom. Alright, y'all are talking about some really yummy sounding pizza. What in the world? Stuff that I'm like, why have I never had that? Thai peanut chicken pizza? Crab rangoon pizza? Is that a thing? Have I been missing out? Sounds like I've been big missing out apparently. This is when I wish I wasn't celiac, because it's like, dang. Those are all probably things I couldn't try, because I'm sure the place that makes them doesn't do them on gluten-free versions, but... Oh. Miss out on so many neat foods because of that. Oh, I haven't had rangoons in forever. I used to love rangoons. I could make my own. I don't know how, but I could. I know, that's the thing, is I just have to make things myself. That's literally just the solution, is make it yourself. If you're celiac, you just have to learn how to make it yourself. Like, Spike and I made orange chicken. That was the first time I had orange chicken in a long time. We made that last last New Year's. And it was freaking delicious. I can't just like go and pick up my own orange chicken anywhere. Nice spawn. Alright. Yeah, we're in the Midwest. Chicagoland area. I just need to make my own rangoons, man. I really do. This sounds so good right now. Yeah, overall I'm lucky. There's a lot of good options like for celiac where we live, because we live so close to the city. The city has a lot of good options too, but so do like the areas around the city. So like that's why I feel pretty fortunate in that way, because I have visited places before where there is not much options for me. So I feel very grateful in that sense that there are definitely a lot of good restaurants that I'm able to go to and enjoy. That's why, like, Spike and I have talked before about, like, moving to, you know, maybe another state potentially. And there's so much that I love about being where we are currently that I don't think we ever could make a big move like that. There's just too much that I would, yeah, I don't know. It'd be hard. See, Minnesota wouldn't be a bad option in terms of like food and stuff, but Minnesota also doesn't have caskets or saints divides in them. Or my doctors. That's the scary thing about being someone like me who has I go to the endocrinologist every few months. And I would hate to try to find a new doctor after having a doctor I really like, you know. I love my primary care doctor too. And I feel like here's the thing, is there's like genuinely a lot to do where we live. Chicago just has a lot to do. Yeah, Saints and I just have like a pact that if one of us leaves, the other one has to come with. Like we have to consult each other about it beforehand. There was a point where Saints was like looking at a job that potentially could have had her move out to like California, and I was like, no, you can't do that to me. I can't afford to move. We're not moving out to California, no. She didn't really want to move out there either, but it was funny. We were just like, nope, we have an agreement. It ain't gonna fly. Thank you for the 2 months. Welcome back to the Bubblegum squad. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate the continued support and voids. For the 3 months. Ah! Oh, there are gluten-free wonton wrappers. I will have to look into that. Wonder where. There's got to be somewhere. There's so many different places around me that sells, you know, gluten-free products. Here's the problem. A lot of the time with celiac, you have to jump store to store to find the products you want. So we have several stores we go to. I'll have to look. I'm sure I could Google and find where I could get gluten-free wonton wrappers. I think it'd be nice to, again, for New Year's Eve, do orange chicken and maybe rangoons. That'd be nice. I'd have to do just like cream cheese rangoons because Spiky Boy cannot have the crab. But like, you know, honestly, cream cheese rangoons are good enough for me. Sunflower markets? I have not heard of sunflower markets. Whole Foods has them. That would have been my guess, Belle. Yeah. Imitation crab is actually has gluten in it. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know why, but imitation crab has gluten in it. So I can't have imitation crab. Spike can't have real crab. I actually have a gift card for Whole Foods, so I have to make a trip out to Whole Foods at some point here. Did I open that? I did. Yeah, Spike always says, he's like, you can, you know, he's always like, you can have shellfish, you can cook it, just, you know, I just can't eat it. But I don't know, I feel weird about it because, so like, we don't keep any gluten in the house because of me, because of like cross-contamination is so big with celiac. And I feel, it makes me feel guilty, like, why am I gonna spend the money? Also, shellfish is expensive. So the only time I ever get shellfish is like when we go out to a restaurant. Just like he only gets gluten when we go out to a restaurant because it's not going to be in the house. Yeah, like I feel guilty, like why would I spend all this money on shellfish for just me? If it was like Spike and I were having it together, that to me would be one thing, but like I'm not gonna eat all that alone. Like that seems like, I don't know. That seems unnecessary to me. So I just eat it like on special occasions. Like when we go to Disney soon, I am definitely gonna eat some shrimpies. I'm gonna go to Ohana. Real excited for Ohana. Gonna eat some shrimpy there. Disney World. Oops. What again? For those of you who don't know, so Ohana is like definitely one of my top Disney restaurants. Also lovely Lilo and Stitch. Spike proposed to me at Ohana. So it's even extra special for that reason. Good luck, Brad! Oh, I hope you have good news for us about how your taco date goes. Yeah, that's the other thing too, Karu, is, yeah, Chicago is not really known for seafood because we're so inland. So the only time I really order seafood too is when we go to places like Florida or when we were in Seattle, because, yeah, it made sense to get it there because it's fresh. So it's much better. It's, you know, it's just, it's better. It's way better on many different levels. Yeah, Disney World is the one in Florida. Yeah, we're going to Florida. Alright, one more check we can do in here, I guess. After this, not sure what I want to do after this. I might go to Ice Cavern. Fire on the Well is also Way of the Hero, and we do have ZL now, so maybe it'd be better to go do that. I don't know, dude. I need 3 songs, though. Run's going fine. We're a little bit stuck right now, but we'll get there. $100 pounds of salmon on planes every day. Wow. How the rest of Piggies go? It went fine. It was fine. We got real frustrated at one point around the mid-20s. I had a real big dry spell. But we finished at 6:08. Is our time. And, that was good. Thankfully, I had Chelsea with me. That was probably the big thing that helped, was having just Chelsea there. Oh boy, oh boy. You know what? Ganon's Castle. I completely... Oh, we could go into Ganon's Castle. Oh. Alright. This probably has our progression all hard locked in there. That's what we're looking at. I totally forgot the settings have that Ganon's Castle. I think it opens after you beat one dungeon. Like, it's been open for a while. I need to go Here, let me put the command. This kind of explains the piggies thing that we did yesterday. The best way I can explain it. No, the piggy gacha's already up. You use the save file that has 999 coins already. And you just go straight to the piggies. The timer starts when you hit the first, you bonk the machine for the first time. Yeah, I do that to keep it kind of spicy. A little more entertaining for the viewer, so you can anticipate the next pig. You get a reward. Now I just really want a cream cheese rangoon, dude. That was my wanting to go to Ice Cavern there. Hey! Alright, 2 more songs! 2 more songs! 2 more songs! 2 more songs! I even did this in Logic. I didn't even cheaty glitch into here. Oops, 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 oops. Oop, oop, oop. It's going, Zelda. We need 2 more of the child songs. Get our froggy triforce piece. We're getting there. Can I just shoot this from here? Can I jump? Jump? Oh. Good, good, good. Oh! Oh, 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 oh. That was weird. That was weird. That was weird. Yeah, so this is so how this run works is this is a single Triforce piece hunt. There is 1 Triforce piece, and once we collect that, we warp to the credits. We know it is on the Frogs 2 check, which means we have to collect all the child songs and ocarina. Ocarina is shuffled, song sanity is turned on, so songs are everywhere in the seed. So it's basically we find all these songs and a way to play the songs to the frogs, and then we sing to the frogs, and they reward us with the power to beat Ganon. One more song! One more song! One more song! One more song! So all we need is, yeah, these top row of songs down here. So Sun Song is the only song we need to go and get our piece of the Triforce. So I think what I'm actually going to do after this is head to Ice Cavern area. Do that before we do Child, Zora's Domain and stuff. Zora's Fountain is barren though. Maybe I want... Nah. Gotta get the validation test though over here. Come on, what if this is it? Alright. Let's go. Always rush ice. If we've learned anything. Actually, wait. Before we do that, I need to turn in my big hoe. Hold on. We gotta empty this. Turn in that big hoe. I'm very tempted to not rush ice so I could, not have to do King Zora skip, but it's probably not a bad idea to learn or practice King Zora skip, so that. Here you go. Okay. I wanted... I wanted to go child first, but... There's just like, I feel like more checks we can do here as child, but I don't want to rush ice meme. We have reached finally though the wild goose hunt portion of the seed where I don't really have a direction with my hints kind of going. A number of checks. I don't know the exact number. Unsung grave is dead. Well, then. No. Welcome, Arjan. How's it going? Welcome. Let's go ahead and read that stone first. In case it gives us some info. No. Gosh, I keep on anticipating this like group chat I'm in. I need to know. I need more of the story. Our reminder, Zora's Fountain is barren, so we are going to be not checking any checks in the fountain. That's the reason why. So it's not that I forgot that they exist or I'm ignoring them. Well, I am ignoring them, but for a good reason. Alright, hopefully we get this pretty quickly. Oh, freak. I wonder why that didn't work. gonna say first try, but I guess technically that wasn't first try, but close enough. I'll take it. I'm gonna call it first try, 'cause, yeah. Ah. Alright, here we go. Don't have a lot of checks in here, but rush ice always seems to work. Let's see. I believe in the ice. The ice temple never betrays us. Hey, chat. What are you having for dinner tonight? Roombas. That's the perfect name for those. We're getting tacos tonight for Spike, because that's what he wanted for his birthday dinner. We did the wing challenge yesterday, so we didn't get tacos, but we are celebrating tonight Spike's birthday with friends. Birthday with friends, is that like the game Golf with Friends? Something like that. We're getting them from a local restaurant that he really likes. Oh, we're gonna miss Spoon. More fire. That's fine. Spoon is going to Norway to visit Ina. I'm gonna be gone for 2 weeks. For very good reason, though. he's coming back. Yes, I know. I'd be so sad if he wasn't coming back. I'm sure he'll still be in chat some while he's gone. Just, you know. I jokingly asked him, I was like, so you and Ina gonna watch me together? And he's like, honestly, probably. So I'm sure he won't be gone the entire time, but he'll be preoccupied. Hi, Deb. How's it going? Alright. Ice Cavern not paying off. One more song. One more song. One more song. One more song. So that we can go real quick and melt King Zora. And then we'll probably just head child. Do a bunch of child cleanup. Here's the problem. We're now at a point where, like, Sun's song could be anywhere. I probably should first, as a child, full clear our way to the hero locations, bottom of the well and Goron City. I did get things at both of those locations, but, you know. So what am I doing? One of the things we did, bottom of the well, we got Nocturne. I wonder if we're looking for hovers. I wonder if that's what we're doing right now. Yeah, we should dip back in the bottom of the well for sure. Alright. Mr. Zora. Come on, game. I want taco. I want taco. So good. Kittymon update for anyone. I feel like I need to give a Kittymon update again for anyone who might have missed it. Our poor baby. Those of you who have been maybe paying attention, following along. Kittymon has been peeing outside of her litter box for about a year now. And with that, she has been enduring a lot of tests at the vet. She had a surgery because she had a lump on her thyroid that could have become very dangerous. If it kept growing, it would have pressed against her windpipes. So there was a benign lump there that she got removed. And Kittymon has just been on a journey. And this past week she went in for an ultrasound to get checked out her bladder or her kidneys and other like things in that area. And they found that she was showing signs of the start of renal disease, which is kidney disease in cats. That is very common, especially for a cat her age. So they're like, everything looked normal for a cat her age. It's not surprising for a cat her age to be showing these signs of renal disease. So the good news is we caught it early. And they said with dietary change, a special kidney diet, kitties can live long, healthy lives without renal disease, like, hurting them. So, I just ordered her special food for that. She's 10 years old. Yeah, I realized that as soon as I said that, Cal. I worded it kind of weird. So that's what's going on. Oh, Spike with the raid. Howdy. How's it going? But yeah, it's a special like prescription diet. So Keymon's gonna get a special prescription diet, and she should be fine. They want to check like her blood pressure on Monday just to make sure that's all good, because that's one thing they haven't done. But she's, we finally, after a year of all this testing, a surgery, la-di-da-di-do, finally have some type of answer for what is going on, and thankfully we found an answer early enough that she should be okay. I did try the pumpkin. I did. And it was really, really, really good. I big recommend the pumpkin spice Madrinas. Also, welcome Raiders. For those of you who don't know me, I am Nukes. And we are doing Ocarina Time Randomizer, as I do all the time. And we are doing a special version of it, which I like to call Oops, Only Frogs. Where I have to get one piece of Triforce that is on Frogs 2, with Song Sanity turned on and Ocarina Shuffle. So we have to find all the child songs and an ocarina. So we are at the point right now of this where we are just looking for Sun Song. That is it. That's the jive we've got going on right now here. I'm trying to finish it because Spike needs birthday tacos. And as soon as I finish this, we can go get birthday tacos. hopefully we find this sun song very soon. Starting to run kind of low on checks here, though. I should have grabbed Skull Mask. How did Golden Pigs go? I like Golden Pigs. I got a 608 for 44 pigs. So, overall, probably a pretty average time, honestly, but there were some stretches there that were pretty painful. Goron City's Way of the Heroes, so that's why I'm coming out here. Then we'll probably go to Zora's Domain. I'll probably go actually first grab that Skull Mask. Yeah, yesterday was Spike's birthday. We're celebrating tonight, though. We're gonna get together with some friends, eat some tacos. That's what Spike wanted to do. I think is a very great way to spend your birthday. I just need something to give me fun song. Tacos are always a good choice. They're from our favorite local Mexican restaurant, so they are good tacos. This place is amazing. They go to. Oh. Come on, come on. Goron City, Way of the Hero. Ah! Why did I jump? You know what? I earned this. Chat, what's your favorite kind of taco? You're getting a taco, what kind of taco do you want it to be? I just love that there's so many different choices. Al Pastor! Heck yeah, Yamaha. That's my go-to. I also like, I've had cactus tacos too, and those are pretty good. Like if you're looking for like a good vegetarian option. Cactus tacos. Pork. Pork, Mati. Ooh, that sounds really, really good, Samus. Yeah, I used to use, when I was vegan, I would use the ground Beyond Meat as well. I think for good tacos. Alright. I'm gonna that in. We'll check out Zora's River real quick, and then we'll go into Jabu Jabu. It's normally like shredded. It's like chunks. Not really shredded, it's more like chunks. Alright, what am I doing? Why am I... Like chopped. If I get it tonight, Amati, I'll post it in the Discord, what it looks like. I probably won't get tacos though. I'll probably get flautas. That's my go-to. Or I get vegan flautas. And it's like potato and peas and like a deep fried tortilla shell wrapped up. Yo, Terrapixel! Thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Welcome to the Bubblegum squad. Thank you, Terra. I appreciate the support. Alright. I'm gonna go, before we go into there, I'm gonna go check. Yay! I know, my emotes are so good. Shout out to Super Jenna. He is the best. We're just gonna hit them with some songs right now. I wanted to do Song of Storms because that was a check. I am very concerned now because Bottom of the Well was Way of the Hero, and all I remember getting in there was Bolero, which we had a hook shot at the time, so I didn't do anything. And Nocturne. And we've done everything we can right now in whatchamacallit? We've done everything we can in Shadow Temple, which means we need our hover boots. I think this is a hunt for hovers, which will probably lock Sun Song. Yeah. really taking the Yeah, I had Beans shuffled, so with those settings, yeah, he can yeah. Alright, chat. I'm gonna be honest. It's almost 6 o'clock. This is taking a lot longer than I wanted it to. And I feel guilty because, like, birthday. So I am at the point right now where I'm debating if we should just spoiler log dive, because I'm pretty sure from our logic here, it's gonna be locked in Shadow Temple, which we don't have hover boots. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, I think we're just gonna unfortunately end this with a spoiler log dive. If we didn't have Spike's birthday stuff today, I would totally finish this, but I want to be able to go and enjoy Spike's birthday. So let me look real quick. What song are we looking for? Sun Song. Let's see here. Sun Song. You know, why does this always happen? Alright, let's pretend. What spoiler log? I don't look in the spoiler log. Literally the next check I was about to do. Literally the next check I was about to do. This happened last time I spoiler logged. Let's beat this bitch. Gosh, now I'm angry that I spoiler log died because I literally was about to do this. I'm counting this as a finish here. Get them frogs! Get them frogs! Yeah, I need to... What? Does anyone remember? Did I get anything? Why the heck was bottom of the well way of the hero? Because all I remember getting in there was Bolero and Nocturne. Am I like, does anyone here remember me getting something else that I'm not thinking about? Because I'm very confused. Oh, we got a strength there. We got a strength there. We got a strength there. That's what it was. I completely forgot about that. We got a strength in bottom of the well. I was so focused on that Nocturne. Yeah, and that makes sense because Light Trial locked a song. So. Hey look, Sun Song! Hey! Wow, we got lucky. Thank God I did that one extra check before going and diving into the spoiler log there. God, can you believe it? Da 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 da! Gee! first, you pumpkin! Oh. Hey, margarita time. Yay. Whew. Well, thank y'all for hanging out and watching. I appreciate it. I believe.
I pushed the egg.
Yo,
I pushed the jump.
Handsome Navigator, thank you for the 5-pack. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Everybody, welcome to the Bubblegum Squad. Thank you, Navigator. I appreciate the support. Tomorrow, I believe Spike and I are going to try to do the new WarioWare game. Get it together, which involves co-op stuff. And, we talked about, I want to see if maybe he wants to do a Zooter co-op tomorrow. So, Zooter of some form, Wario in some form tomorrow. And then Sunday, we are doing the 2D Mario Shuffler with Sky and Spike. So if you want to see me be really bad at 2D Marios on a shuffler, hey, that'll be on Sunday. And also some Zooty, of course. We always do Zooties. But thank y'all for hanging out. I appreciate it. Let me find someone wonderful to send you all to. Let's see here. Who do we want to go to? Who do we want to go to? A lot of people streaming right now. Let's give some love to Feeny. Feeny's doing a Wario Get It Together. So if you want a little like preview of what's going on tomorrow, Dragon Feeny is playing the new WarioWare game, so you can see what kind of shenanigans Spike and I will have to endure for that tomorrow. She's playing it solo. You can play like a solo version of it, so I don't know how different it will be, but it should be a good time. She's a good energy. Wish her a happy Pizza Friday. Here, let me give you a happy Pizza Friday. Actually, let's make it spicy. Let's say Taco Friday. Happy Taco Friday. All right, go give her some love, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Goodbye.